Pickle Peeps, and welcome back to the Handmade How. Woo! Today is part 2 of our interview series. We got Raejean Roberts in the house. There you go. All right, Pickle Peeps, you're in for something tonight. Raejean here is absolutely one of my favorite human beings on the planet. I don't know if she knew that part or not. So if you didn't catch yesterday's interview with Andrew George from AG Personalized, and Coach Andrew George, there we go, on the embroidery and email side, then after you finish here with Raejean, don't leave now, but after, go ahead and check out that interview with Andrew, because he was laying it down about how handmade business deserves better. Don't believe me? Go watch it. After. So this series right here, we are so excited because Andrew, Raejean, and I have teamed up for something completely awesome that we'll get to later in the video. So you gotta hang on, you gotta watch to find out what the thing is. So Raejean, first off, has like the coolest name there is. She does.
Thanks, Mom.
It's fun to say. Like, that's a go mom right there. And we have been friends. We've known each other for like a year and a half, 2 years now, something like that.
Year and a half, I think. Yeah.
But we really started becoming friends and becoming great business mastermind people together for around a year. Yeah, just about a year now. And like a day does not go by where I don't talk to Raejean, especially about business stuff. And we're constantly throwing ideas off each other. She, to me, is the definition of accountability mastermind. And we've done everything on Accountability Mastermind, from very serious funnel builds, so you'll hear a little bit about that later on, all the way down to the completely silly hiking through Watkins Glen together and epic road trips, like 8-hour road trips.
But we were talking business then too, right?
we talked a lot of business then.
And we played.
So all right, so without further ado, I want to introduce you and have her introduce herself, Miss Raejean Roberts of Social Media Snapshots, and I'm also brain farting. Wow, it's all social media snapshots, right?
Yeah, okay. I had Picturesque Muse is kind of defunct. That was my original retail photography business, and when COVID hit, all the art fairs shut down, and my wholesale gift shops, they had to shut down, and so I pivoted over to social media snapshots. It's originally started as visual content for handmakers to help them with their social media. It's grown into a little bit of social media management, quite a bit of social media coaching, a lot of accountability and community building, and collaborations.
So you are like the queen of social media. We had Andrew yesterday, who is the king of email. You are the queen of social media. So what made you like, what do you love about social media? I want to ask that first before we get into an actual list of questions. Surprise!
Social media when it's done right. I think too many business owners treat it, small businesses and big businesses alike, they treat it like just another form of media, like the newspaper or the radio or the TV, and they just want to blast a message at you. But social media done right it's a two-way interaction. It's about a community. It's about collaboration with other businesses or with your customers. I mean, I love that it's not just talking at you. It's a platform where your customers can talk back to you, and they can respond, and they can let you know what they like, and they can like emotionally connect to you. I mean, there are those cool like folders commercials or something that they bring the tear to your eye and you have emotional connection with them, but it's not a two-way thing, right?
You're typically not crying over a car commercial.
No.
Hyundai, you could learn something. A Subaru commercial might get you.
But yeah, so the social media is really the place to build those kind of connections, and you can get to know your customer like you can. The only other place you could do it was like in person, and that's kind of a one-on-one thing. But you can, on social media, you can get to know people, and you can build these real connections and these real relationships all around your business.
to say that, or to move a step forward from that, or connected, whatever, back step, forward step, Raejean loves dance. She's a swing star. But we met and became friends through social media, starting with that business talk, starting with those conversations in other courses and whatnot. And that's how, like, this is the power of social media, to get, not only to get in front of your customers, but to get in front of your new best friends who can push you to get more customers.
Right. And like in person, well, you can build that, you can build that relationship, but you're so limited by geography. You can only see the people in your neighborhood. And I know as business owners, we talked a lot about in our local geography, like each of us in our group, we don't necessarily have a lot of people that we can connect with on that level, that understand what it's like to run a business. And through the power of the internet and social media, we now have this community that is on, multiple continents, and, it's not limited by space.
Absolutely. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Because we are living examples of it. And I think that's why I love this conversation so much. All right. So to start out with here, I know we've talked about social media, but tell me about, and tell the pickle peeps here about your businesses and like what you've been trying to do with your businesses. Because I know you have a very specific direction that you're going in.
So it's interesting how the progress goes, and I don't think I'm the only one. I think lots of people start off in business and go, this is my thing. And then this evolves into the next thing and the next thing. So, and in what has come to me is that it's all about community. That's really the focus, and how we can use the power of social media to build these communities. And, and it's different because, like, as I'm building my community of business owners, I'm helping them build their community that might be product or service based. So it's a little different in what they need, so I'm helping business owners understand and harness that power of community, while I'm also supporting them as my business community. So that's where that the accountability comes in, and, and the education and the coaching. And then it's like, but it's also modeling, okay, now you do the same, you do something similar with your community.
Watch me do it with you, and now you do it for your people.
Exactly.
Is that kind of how you got started in coaching?
Exactly. I mean, I started off with, oh, here's some, here's your visual content for your social media, and then it's like, oh, and you can do this with it. You can do with this, and as that grew, and, answering people's questions of, well, what about this? And what about this? And continually learning about what the frustrating part of social media is, what the platforms are doing now and what they're changing, and, oh, this many hashtags and, these keywords, and don't say this on Facebook, all those things.
Yeah.
Are always a big thing, but the strategies are the same. So it's finding that, that's how I got into the coaching end of it, was more, okay, here's where we're at now. Here's how you do it. Here's the strategies. And, here's a lot of what the platforms are requiring of us today.
Gotcha. That is awesome. I totally just had a question, and then it disappeared. Oh, no, it's back. Excellent. I love it when they come back. That is rare. So to go with that, and like how you got into coaching, so you have a very interesting coaching history. And you're probably gonna be like, Melissa, I don't want to talk about that. But what you did with Boy Scouts.
Oh, yes, that is. But I think all these experiences,
just
so
to clarify, she was a den mother.
Right? And then more, yes.
And then more, okay.
I mean, so I was looking at, I was a stay-at-home mom for almost 25 years. And, when I went into the workforce, I'm like, I haven't worked in so long, and how do I do these things? But it really came out, oh, we've done all these things like Cub Scouts, or, so I worked, my first Cub Scout job was actually not with the boys, it was with the leaders. I was supposed to be training the Cub Scout den leaders. And I was like, Awesome. I have, let's see, how much experience with Cub Scouts? Oh, 0. I have an 8-year-old son. That is my experience. I have a son who is Cub Scout age. Okay. So I kind of did what I could and learned and took, and very much, if you're going to learn something, you're going to learn. It's not, there's none of this halfway. Oh, what's my minimum thing that I can do? That's not really my style. And so I did that.
You are an all-in person.
I am an all-in person. So then they asked me to be, then after doing that for about 6 or 8 months, then they asked me to be a den leader for the 8-year-olds. Best job ever. Like, they're so fun. Like, we had themes, and there was one little boy, when he'd go home, he's like, oh, I wish Cub Scouts was every day. And I was like, oh, hard. But it taught me, I've learned so much from Cub Scouts, and, this whole feedback is a gift. And that's, what we really need as business owners. I think sometimes you ask your friends, oh, what do you think of this? And they go, oh, that's nice. And they say that to everything. So you can't change it, improve it, learn and grow or anything. It's so nice to have some people who are willing to give you real feedback.
Yes, that is so cool. That is so cool. Yes. And you have a really neat way of thinking about feedback and how it's presented. I would just love for you to go, just because we're talking about feedback, I would love for you to cover that, if you could, for a second, about feedback being a gift.
So we talked about feedback being a gift. And when we talk about it being a gift, it's like you think about, not only is it a gift, oh, this is a gift to you, but you think about how a gift is presented. So I could give you, Melissa, I could get you the fanciest diamond tiara, and I could put it in a brown paper bag and crumple it up and throw it at your feet. How much value are you going to think of that tiara?
As we're talking about them, I'll put one on.
So jealous. I want a tiara. But if I take that same tiara and I put it in a velvet lined box that opens, and I put the box in a gift bag with tissue paper and ribbon, and it's just so, and I'm like, oh, Melissa, you are just my queen. You are just, I just respect you and admire you. I have this amazing gift for you. Please accept this gift. How much, the difference, same tiara, but what does it mean to you by how you present it?
Do you hear that, Pickle Peeps? Who else? Who is sometimes scared of feedback? Who sometimes thinks you get a message and you think the absolute worst thing is going to happen? They'd be like, they hated me. But you didn't even open the
called into the principal's office, right? Oh no,
yep.
I'm in trouble.
I'm getting expelled. Here's an award. I'm getting expelled. No, it's an award. Oh. And then you open it and you read it and you're like, oh, that's actually a good thing, not a bad thing.
Right.
We put that kind of perception. So sometimes you need to gift wrap it for yourself too. But definitely the way that we receive feedback from other people, and social media is so great for this. Not just the crumpled paper bag that what's inside that crumpled paper bag. No, just my brain goes there. Okay.
Left on your doorstep, it's all bad. No.
So when people think of social media, sometimes they think of that. They think of the shitmakers. They think of people's first reaction to social media is like, oh, angry ranting trolls. But that's not it, because you can build your own, it's all about communities. You can build your own communities, Pickle Peeps, that are full of your Raejean fans. I know we talked about Raejean fans yesterday with Andrew. Oh yeah. You'll have to watch that one too, Raejean.
Yeah.
But the feedback from them is so much better. So that maybe it's not a gift bag, but it's a better bag. It's not a crumpled bag. And as you build that relationship, the gift of feedback, both from your customers to you and you to your customers, because when they share something like, oh my God, I got my order, you should give them some feedback. And you can present it as a gift to them too, is where I was going. If that made any sense.
And it goes back to that whole collaboration thing. I think a lot of people think, oh, you and me and Andrew, we collaborated on this big yes, absolutely. But also it's a collaboration between you and your customers, what they want. It takes that partnership. There's the give and the take, the listening, and answering, and all of that is what makes you have that cool relationship and that collaboration, that partnership with your customers.
I'm going to throw just one, like a 10-second bit of maybe for some people hard to swallow strategy with what you just said there about give and take in the development of new products, new collections. So give and take with your customers, because a lot of businesses automatically think, I know I get this, I see it all the time with crafting businesses when I'm going at shows and stuff, and like they feel guilty charging for their products, and they feel guilty, and when someone comes up and they ask, I was just like, oh, it's $25.
It's a question.
You can see that they're internal, they're cringing. Like the shoulders go up and they don't want to make eye contact and they're scared of prices. But it's not true, because there is value, not just value of the product, but value in that you took the time and you listened to your customers to figure out what they wanted. So you are delivering value to them. And if they did not value it, they would not ask how much it is. Most people, you still have trolls, but still, most people, and we think of money as this as evil, really. Like, who grew up with the tales of like the horrible salesman? You never want to be in sales.
Right?
I just despise the play Death of a Salesman. I think it's horrible. This is no great American classic. Like this.
That's exactly what I was teaching in a recent webinar, is just that whole, people want your pitch, we're like, I was raised that way too. Oh, yeah. They're so, they're a salesman. There's always that negative connotation with being a salesperson, and and it's so much more.
You hear used car salesman all the time, which is kind of funny, because don't most people want to buy a used car? Like, I've always owned used cars. I look forward to continuing to own used cars.
Let someone else take that first hit. Exactly.
Totally derailed the interview, Raejean, but this is so much fun.
It's all good.
But to cycle that back on that give and take does not mean bad things about money. Money is just a representation of value. If they did not value your thing at, say, that $25 that we mentioned before, then they wouldn't be giving it to you. But they think your thing is worth at least as much, or if not more, than that $25 that they gave you, and they gave it to you with a smile. So, and in hand, then you are giving up this thing that you made with your hands, with your blood, sweat, tears, ideas, and soul.
And if that thing is worth to them, it's worth $25, and you come and it's a question, or worse, it's like, I don't know, $10, is that okay? Like, you're asking permission, and the price is really low. Like, my first reaction is like, you don't know, like, and why is it so low? Maybe it's not as cool as I thought it was. Like, by you telling me that the price is so low, and without even any confidence or authority, then I'm kind of like, oh, now I'm second guessing my own decision and thinking that this is so cool and something I wanted to spend my money on, so. Versus
if you came in and said, that is $125, the person would be like, ooh, I'm even more interested now.
Right.
We always think the other way, instead of like go for the higher ticket. All right. That was a little break on some sales psychology, some sales rants right there. Sorry, Pickle Piece, but it's so great. We love it. All right. Back to the questions, Raejean, unless you got something else to say on sales.
Nope, that's good.
Okay. Did we, I'm not crossing them off as we go. So I asked you about why you decided to become a coach. Did I ask that one?
Yep.
Yes, no?
We talked about the journey of becoming a coach.
Talked about the journey of coaching. Okay.
Yes.
Yep. We talked about the dead mother and all that awesomeness. All right. Yes. Okay. Then we come into, this is so much fun too. What will you be teaching? Or do we want to say first, like, if you're new here watching Pickle Peep, you're a new Pickle Peep. Welcome to the barrel. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the barrel. No, yeah, no problem.
That works.
That don't work. That's right. But Raejean, do you want to talk about and ask what exactly the 2022 Biz Fit Success Bootcamp is? So
it's a long name, but it's really cool because we worked really hard on this name, so it's got to be really cool. The 2022 Biz Fit Success Bootcamp. So I know, right? It's all about getting you ready for the stuff to jump in 2022, ready to go. So we've got we're looking back, we're looking forward, we're making plans and giving you systems and processes to move those forward. So specifically, I will be talking about, I know this is shocking, but I'm going to be talking about social media. Social media, I know, who knew? And then, and the other part I will be talking about is smarter goals. So we're going to be talking about not smart goals, but smarter goals for your business moving on into 2022.
Nice. And then Pickle Peep, if you haven't heard about this yet, then the 2022 Biz Fit Success Bootcamp, that is a tongue twister. BFS Bootcamp is a workshop. All right. So tickets, or I should say seats go on sale starting on Black Friday. Now, if you're watching this ahead of Black Friday, down below this video, there is a sign up link where you can get on the wait list. You want to be, even if you're watching this on Thursday, you want to be on the wait list. You want to be first. You want to get those reminders. I know this weekend is going to be crazy insane because we have a super special, awesome deal here coming out Black Friday. Now, if you are watching this after Black Friday is over, don't worry. I got you. We got you. Don't worry. We probably still have seats available. I don't know. There is a max cap, right? I think there is a ceiling max of how many seats we can host for this, but we still got you. You can still come check it out. You can still join us. All right. I believe the whole thing kicks off, like the actual boot camp kicks off on the December 27th. Yes. Okay, good. I don't have to roll the calendar.
I'm cheating. I have a calendar.
Just confirm that I'm awesome because I don't. So
there you go. Right.
So we kick off on the 27th. So as long as you're ahead of the 27th, go ahead and check it out. You can still probably sign up for a seat. If you are after that time, if you're like going back in the archives, the big archives here, then definitely still check out the link because we probably still have some cool bonus things for you. All right. So, but what it is, what the boot camp is a multi-day workshop. And when I say workshop, I don't mean like take lots of notes and sit on your butt and by the end of the day you have a headache and your butt hurts.
And a really long list.
And a really long list. Like I've done it before. You filled an entire notebook of stuff to do that you didn't know you had to do. And you're like, do I really need to do this? To be successful?
More stressed out after the event than you were before the event.
Oh my
God.
Yeah, you go in excited, you exit overwhelmed. Yes. Not like that. We do not believe in that. Instead, we are an actual workshop. Meaning, yes, we're going to tell you what you need to do. We're going to show you. We're going to say why you need to do it. But then we're going to do it together. So we only want people here who are going to take action, who are ready to go and rip roaring. They want 2022 to be awesome. Awesome. Say it with me.
Awesome. Dude. Oh, wait.
Right? That's the end of the chat right there. But yes, so by the end of the workshop, you will actually have a plan, not a to-do list of things to figure out. You've done the figuring part, and we're going to show you how to take action. You will have your first actions already done. This is
plans to make a plan.
Yep, this is a game changer and yearly planning. All right, so we're so excited. All right, so Raejean, you said you're going to be teaching about smarter goals. Can you talk about that for a second?
Well, I don't want to give too much away, but a lot of us have heard SMART goals. So we're going there, and we're going to kick it up a notch or two. And this is really focused on your business. So for my own personal, I have a system that I like to follow for my own personal goals. And I've been doing it for the last several years. And your financial part or your work or your job or whatever is a part of those goals, but it's more about whole life balance. But I'm just like, you know what? My business is kind of like its own little person, right? I mean, and
usually it's like a toddler. Business is like a toddler.
Yeah, often. So I felt like the system I had was great for me as a person, but it left a lot to be desired for my business. So I've taken those principles and applied them to our businesses, and so that we are looking at our business holistically. We're not just setting, oh, I want a revenue goal or an income goal. It's much more holistic than that. So I'll leave it there.
Leave it there. Okay. Set SMART goals, and then you will also be teaching on social media. So we are so psyched on that. Okay, so cool. You have anything you want to say about the social media side, or is that you were here to be surprised?
So at social media side, it's more, I mean, we've all heard about having like a content calendar or knowing what you're going to schedule. So I do have strategies to help you set a perpetual system in place where you can just plug in the necessary pieces. So it's kind of an overarching thing, and then time to actually fill up your calendar.
Yay! And filling up your calendar, not with I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that you are not going to tell people that they have to write a blog post every day on their social media.
Nope.
This is a very actionable calendar that is very fitted to your business. Each calendar is going to be unique, because I know Raejean has a thing against like templates and done for you social media stuff, especially stock photography.
I'm not a fan of the whole one size fits all. I mean, there's definitely stock photography, and I don't know, I'm not a fan of like copy and paste your captions. I don't sound like anybody. I am unique. I have my own voice. I want to sound like me. And I think every business should sound like themselves. They should be unique, and they should let their character come through. So that's definitely, having a calendar that lets your brand voice and speaks to your people. That's much more important than here's what to post today,
Yes, love it. Okay, great. Awesome. So my final question for you, Raejean, here is, what is the number one business thing you wish you'd done earlier? If you could go back to the beginning of getting into business and grab your younger self by the shoulders and impart to them, do this one thing or don't do that thing, what would it be?
It would be understand business better. Like, I definitely was a victim of the whole, oh, you're really good at photography, you should sell photography. Obviously, if you're good at photography, you're good at having a photography business. Those are your skills, and your business skills are two totally different things. So I would have definitely taken more courses and that were more inclusive about all of business, and worked a lot harder to understand so many fundamentals that I think I knew them. I felt like, oh, my family, we've always had businesses. So obviously I know how to run a business. I know all the things, but every business is so different. My family's business is in manufacturing, totally different than, it's not like they're on social media promoting their manufacturing business, and that wasn't really a thing back when I was a kid and around them being their business owners. So, but I feel like it's really been the last 2 or 3 years that I'm like, oh, wait, no, there's so much more to it. And this is the things that I need to know so that I can actually have a successful business.
So what I'm hearing too right there at Pickle Peep, and like, definitely let me know in the comments if this is you, because it definitely started for me too. As Raejean is saying, like, you're good at something. So the differences between 4-figure sellers, 5-figure sellers, 6-figure sellers, 7, because of course we all want to get to that 7-figure bit right there. But part of it is understanding what it actually is to be in business. It's not enough to be good at something. It's not enough. I know we come from the handmade world. It's not enough to be good at your craft. That's not all there is to it. That's one brick in a big wall that is the focus of your business here.
And I think that brick is labeled, if you build it, they will come.
That might be the brick that you throw at people.
That's the brick that breaks down your house. It's like, that's so not true.
To say it's the missing brick, like Helm's Deep, or the wall blew up. Yeah. My geekdom is showing. I'm wearing a tiara, for God's sake. So
Still so jealous.
oh yeah. But yeah, so like, to go back to that, skill in the thing you do is not enough. And if your main priority is just to make your thing, you might have to look at pairing up with someone who is good at business, because we are so full of heart, pickle peeps, that we want to help everyone, we want to give everything away. And it comes back to like, we're going back a little bit to that sales bit there with like that, oh, how much is it? $25. You are not getting to the $1 million mark if you sell everything for $20. So you need to have variety. Like, we're going to go into all of it a lot of it during our boot camp and beyond, because of course there is a beyond boot camp and beyond.
The beyond is so exciting. Just
Right.
in case you were wondering, the beyond.
We haven't told anyone, and no one knows yet. Besides you guys, you're the first to know that there even is beyond.
Yeah. Yes, so exciting.
And
It
I think I
all
have to
takes
cut
a
that off there.
plan,
I have to stop talking because I'm going to get in trouble.
right? No more secrets. But I mean, it all goes back to having that plan, and that's, and it's not a plan in your head or even a plan on paper. It's a plan that you're implementing. And that is really what the 2022 Biz Fit Success Bootcamp is all about. It's about taking those plans in your head and putting them on paper and actually putting them into place and moving forward on them.
All right. So Pickle Peep, I'm going to say it again right here. If you have not signed up yet, if you've got to be, you've got to be interested to see what in the heck we're doing at this point. But right below this video, there is a link to the boot camps, or if you're watching this before Black Friday, then you're going to see the link to the waiting list. You want to be on. I cannot stress that enough. If you are watching this after Black Friday, and it's going to be to the actual page. Purchase your seat. Claim your seat in 2022. It's Success Bootcamp. Okay. Every single time I say that and I hear you say that, all that goes to my head is definiteness of purpose.
Is what? Oh, definiteness of purpose. Exactly.
This is our definiteness of purpose.
This is. Oh. And then I also think of, everyone's like, wait, does that make us BFFs? Yes, it does make us BFFs. This is your business best friends right here.
Because if you don't have business best friends yet, keyword there is yet, you will by the time boot camp is done.
Exactly.
And like I said with Andrew yesterday, there's no tires involved. I was not in full control of programming, so there is no tires involved for your boot camp. No running through tires, no flipping tires.
No, it's all business boot camp. Business is getting in shape.
All right, Raejean, do you have any final words for the Pickle Peeps here?
I don't think so, but I'm excited to get to know you guys, and I'm excited to have you join us on our boot camp, the 2022. Oh, Biz Fit. See, I already lost it. 2022 Biz Fit Success Bootcamp. You have to be there with us. We are going to have it's going to be the most fun working hard you've ever had. That's what I think.
Yeah. Can't wait. All right, Pickle Peeps, we'll see you in the next one. Thank you for coming so much. Thank you so much for coming, Raejean. There's the right order of words. And Pickle Peeps, I will talk to you tomorrow. All right? Bye. So the reason we keep laughing, and you can totally drink all this, the reason we keep laughing, Pickle Peeps, about 2022 Biz Fit Success Bootcamp is Raejean and I were together at Funnel Hacking Live with Russell Brunson, and he kept trying to say definiteness of purpose. And of the 4 days, it took to like day 3.5 for him to be able to confidently, and it wasn't confident still, say definiteness of purpose, because he kept messing up definiteness. And I keep repeating definiteness because I am proud that I can say definiteness when he had such trouble with definiteness.
Definiteness.
But it's the same thing with our 2022 Biz Fit Success Bootcamp.
It looks so good on paper, but it's hard to say.